Coinme that's in every grocery store in the city you live in, and I'm in the West Coast. It's everywhere that it's gonna be safe to use, and it's not. It's not safe to use right now. Coinme, I think more people are familiar with Coinstar machines at the grocery stores. They collect change and usually give you a voucher. You get money for it. They also offer a service to purchase cryptocurrency where you actually give it dollar bills, um, and it will print out a voucher, much like the one it does when you give it change. And that voucher you then, with your phone, can redeem for the cryptocurrency of your choice. Um, this is the third situation where I paid cash for cryptocurrency and it's supposed to be like an instant trade. But the first two times it took between 7 and 10 days that there was an issue. I mean, I've done this maybe 30 times. And then this last issue, the one that I wrote about, uh, well, we're at the 22nd of December, and on the 28th of November, I purchased $160. And there's been intermittent issues with them being able to fulfill their orders. The second time that I ran into this issue, um, they kind of consistently have this method of, you say, "Hey, what's going on? Why haven't I got my purchase?" And they'll tell you, "We're going to have this resolved by today." And then tomorrow, "We'll have this resolved by today." The seventh or eighth day that they kept saying that this would happen, I contacted a company or an organization called DFI. It's the Department of Financial Institutions. I guess if you might call it a government oversight like organization. And I was just like, this is what's going on. I just want to get what I paid for. And 2 or 3 days after that, they did deliver. And I thought that was great. Then this last issue happened. And after a week of them saying, we'll have this figured out by the end of today, I wake up to an email that said, our special department informed us that you contacted DFI. We're no longer going to work with you to resolve this issue. You can contact the Department of Financial Institutions. They said investigations. They named the agency wrong, but that's really neither here nor there. But they said that all my communication would now have to go through them. And I thought, well, I've never contacted DFI before, so maybe this is normal. Um, I followed up with DFI and found out that this is very much not normal for any business to do that. And they thought it was very peculiar and has been part of their ongoing trying to get resolution, which I just want what I paid for. The second time this happened was 3 days before the FTX cryptocurrency crash fiasco. And because it took them 7 days to give me what I paid for, I gave them $98 and I was redeemed about $60 worth of what I was trying to purchase because it took them 7 days to do what should have just happened. And at no point when this is going on do they say, hey, this is like a system wide thing. We're really trying our best. They just will tell you whatever. I have all of my conversations documented, and multiple times you're given misinformation. As a whole, their methods to contact them are very counterproductive. If you're using a cellular device, it's almost impossible to get chat support. It has a little icon at the bottom that says help, and then it says talk to me, and it has you fill out all this information, almost everything twice. And then at the very bottom, unless you're on an actual computer browser, not just like you can't just go to desktop mode, but on an actual computer browser, it doesn't have the start chat. And if you do actually get into the chat, if you let a chat go idle for 3 minutes because, say, you're waiting for their response, it just kicks you out and it marks your issue as resolved. And you have to start the whole process over. they advertised that they were available, 7 days a week from like 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., but they actually stopped fielding calls or any form of communication at 5 p.m., which is really frustrating. And then I also have one specific employee on the chat who's just like outright will lie to you. And I have all of this documented, and it's really frustrating, especially for a local business. A lot of people may not know, but Coinstar and Coinme are from Seattle, Washington. Their PO box is a mile from where I live on Capitol Hill, and I'm like not asking for anything special. I'm not even asking for the money that I lost because they couldn't deliver what they said they could in the time frame they said they would. I just want what I paid for, even if it's at a little bit of a loss, and they're just making it impossible. Um, I filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office, who also thought this was kind of weird. And when you start to look on like Trustpilot and your website, you're seeing that it's not just me. This is a lot of people, and crypto is so unregulated. I feel like this money, like my money right now, is benefiting somewhere. And if they choose to let me have it, okay, it'll benefit me then. But there's people that I have read about who are disputing large amounts, 900, 1500, $2,500 amounts, and there's nobody checking this, and it's very frustrating. And I think a lot of people think because it's crypto that you don't have any protections, and there's no consumer protection like organizations out there that will help you voice your concerns, and someone is profiteering from that, and it's certainly not me. I feel like when you have such opportunity and you're so accessible, like why why am I here having to say this? I obviously, after my first couple situations, have continued to do it because it's convenient, and I think it could be, and it should be, a really awesome resource, and it could be an incredible education tool for people that don't understand cryptocurrency, and or don't have, or think they don't have access to it. And instead, it's just a huge headache. It's nice to be able to have something that's so branded, because you think when you see something like a Starbucks or Coinme that's in every grocery store in the city you live in, and I'm in the West Coast, it's everywhere, that it's gonna be safe to use. And it's not. It's not safe to use right now. And they're also not acknowledging that. They have this method of when they talk to you, they either dismiss, delay, deny, but they don't acknowledge that, hey, we're sorry that this happened. And if they do, it's in a very like backhanded way. At about 10 p.m., randomly, I get an email from Coinme, and it has my original case number. And I'm thinking, whoa, like, did this consumer protection group like already like pull some strings? And it says, hey, we're really sorry we haven't gotten back about this. He's like, here is your case number to use, which my email to them that they're responding to, like the title of the email is my original case number. And then in the text of my message, it has the case number like you're supposed to put. And then they give me a new one and say, get a hold of us as soon as you can. And so this morning I'm thinking, wow, they're ready to resolve this. So I spend the hour and a half trying to get a hold of somebody, and then I do, and I speak to this guy Jared, and it doesn't take but about 20 minutes for him to let me know that actually no, this is just, we're going to escalate this again, which with them escalate means we'll talk to you in 7 days. And I was just absolutely beside myself, because when it got to the point of them saying, okay, we're not going to help you now, I'd already been escalated. And then it was like several days of back and forth every day, and just positive, like, we're trying to figure out what's going on. We're going to do this. And then like, oh, wait, you talked to somebody about your rights. We're not going to help you. And when I was speaking to the person from DFI that's handling my case, he says it takes them 7-10 days to respond to an email. And it's just like, are you serious? Like, why send me this email? And I asked the guy, Jared, I said, why did Coinme even message me? And he says, well, as you already know, I'm just an agent. I can't handle this. You guys emailed me last night at 10:15, excuse me, it was at 10:15 p.m., telling me to contact with this, that we're going to get this resolved again. And now you're telling me I'm back at square one. And I said, go ahead and please escalate this. I will just add this to the PissedConsumer, to the Washington State Attorney General file, and to the DFI file. I can't help but feel like you're messing with me at this point. Like, I get that this isn't a lot of money to you, and maybe 2 years ago it wouldn't have been to me. But I kind of went through this crazy thing in May of 2021, and I got kidnapped and almost murdered. It was all over TV, and until that issue is resolved, I like can't go to work every day. And after this is done, I'd love to share with you like my links to that. Like, I have a show on Discovery Channel called Crimes Gone Viral, season 2, episode 6. Another show called Washington's Most Wanted, that detail, and literally, like, I went from good money, security, to like just my world changed overnight a year and a half ago. And now I have about $1,000 a month that I have to live on. And I live in downtown Seattle, and that's really, really hard. And this company, that's a local company, that should be championing not just for local people, but for people in crypto and all of these myriad of reasons, you would think they're doing this stupid stuff. It blows my mind. It really does.